Welcome, everyone, to AIPOD Weekly News for the week ending 21 June 2026. Imagine buying a brand new Ferrari, but the second you try to take it on the highway, the manufacturer secretly caps your engine at 30 miles per hour.
Right. Yeah, completely without telling you.
Exactly. So today's deep dive is a mission to unpack 8 massive stories from this week's AI landscape. We're exploring this growing tension between AI's, sky-high ambitions and the very real physical, political, and human limits it keeps hitting.
And that Ferrari analogy is just, it's the perfect lens for what Anthropic just pulled with their Fable 5 model.
Yeah, the whole secret downgrade thing.
Right. Users realized that if they put in prompts about sensitive subjects like cybersecurity or biology, the system didn't just warn them, it secretly routed those prompts to older, much weaker models behind the scenes.
Which just feels like a massive breach of trust, right?
Yeah.
Why not just tell the user?
Well, they prioritized safety over transparency. They wanted these invisible guardrails so bad actors couldn't, reverse engineer the rules. But by doing that, they've triggered a huge usability crisis.
Oh, for sure. And as if developers hobbling their own models wasn't enough, we now have the U.S. government stepping in to restrict them entirely.
Yeah, that temporary ban on Anthropic's Fable 5 and Mythos 5.
Right, over an alleged AI jailbreak. But when you look at the sources, this so-called jailbreak was literally just the model doing a routine code review. How does that justify a government ban?
Technically speaking, it doesn't. Regulators are basically using export controls as a blunt instrument here. They're terrified of advanced tools being misused, obviously.
Right, but at what cost?
Exactly. By restricting them, they're taking away the exact tools that digital defenders need to, actually find vulnerabilities in our own systems.
Yep.
It sets a really chilling precedent where the state decides who gets the keys to cybersecurity.
So if you're a massive tech player watching all this happen, seeing models restricted by creators and regulators, you quickly realize that relying on someone else's model is a major vulnerability.
Yep. And that's exactly why we're seeing billions suddenly flood into infrastructure. Look at SpaceX.
Oh, right. They just executed the largest startup acquisition ever, buying the AI coding assistant Cursor for a record $60 billion.
In an all-stock deal, yeah. It's a complete shift in investment strategy. The era of the model builder is kind of dead, and the era of the infrastructure landlord has begun.
Wait, so investors are moving from the gold miners to pick and shovel makers?
Precisely. SpaceX buying Cursor isn't just about code, it's about owning the developer ecosystem to counter Google and OpenAI.
But it's not just software. Amazon's Peter DeSantis just announced an aggressive push with their custom Trainium and Inferentia chips. And Vason is nearing a $1.5 billion funding round. Are they just trying to break NVIDIA's monopoly?
They have to. NVIDIA has basically been this expensive toll booth for the entire AI boom. If Amazon makes its own silicon, they control their destiny without waiting in line for NVIDIA's hardware.
I guess, but I look at all this 60 billion here, custom chips there, and it really feels like we're building this massive gold-plated plumbing system before we even know what kind of water we're pumping.
And, pumping that water takes a massive physical toll. There was just a report highlighting the huge water consumption tied to Jeff Bezos' data centers.
Yeah, that was alarming.
It is. Keeping these high-performance chips from melting down takes staggering amounts of cooling. We're literally hitting a hard physical ceiling with local water supplies and electricity grids.
Which forces developers to rethink this whole brute force approach, right? Because researchers just launched this new optimization framework that actually beats Claude Code and Codex by 2.5 times.
Yeah, and the crazy part is it uses the exact same compute budget.
Wait, how is it physically possible to get 2.5 times the performance without using more power?
Well, instead of relying on one massive power-hungry model to solve a problem all at once, they use an approach called orchestration.
Okay, orchestration. What does that actually mean here?
Think of it like a restaurant kitchen. Instead of having one master chef try to cook every single part of a complex meal simultaneously, which is, slow and exhausting orchestration, breaks the recipe down.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it dynamically assigns specific chopping, boiling, and baking tasks to different sous chefs. It takes the exact same kitchen space and energy, but the meal is finished way faster.
That actually makes a lot of sense. So throwing more power at a problem isn't always the cure-all.
Exactly right. True innovation right now is really about smarter orchestration and prioritizing decision quality over just pure automation.
Which perfectly connects to this profound irony in a new report from the Ken. If you, the listener, have applied for a job recently, you've almost certainly interacted with an AI agent.
Oh, definitely. And recruiters say these agents have totally streamlined the mechanics of hiring, the sourcing, screening, scheduling.
Right, but the report shows they haven't actually improved the outcomes that matter. Like, there's no improvement in candidate quality, cultural fit, or retention. We are literally draining local water supplies to automate HR screening, yet we still can't reliably pick the right human for the job.
Because human complexities just can't be solved purely through faster processing.
Which leaves you with something pretty heavy to chew on. If AI can rewrite the digital infrastructure of the entire world, but still completely fails to solve a human problem like cultural fit, are we over-engineering the mechanics of society while completely ignoring the human element? Thank you. Catch you all next week.